Now then guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here and welcome to episode number 1 of this new career mode. Yes, you guys voted and quite clearly you wanted to see RB Leipzig. It was pretty much 51% towards RB Leipzig. There were a few other teams in there. We had Wolfsburg, we had Frankfurt. I don't know why in my head I thought I was going to be able to get to them before I said it, and Hertha Berlin. But at the end of the day, you guys wanted Leipzig, so that's who we've got. I might do some more votes for career modes over time because I like it when you guys get your feedback and let me know what you want us to do. I'm super excited for this. I love starting new careers. I genuinely really like the kit. I'm pretty sure RB likes it though. I'm not liked that well in Germany, but hopefully we can change opinions. Of course, if you are new around here and you haven't smashed the subscribe button already, please make sure to hit it, as well as hitting the like button if you go on to enjoy the video. And more than anything, you're hyped about this series. Of course, the more likes we get shows me how much this series is going to be enjoyed and just makes me want to get it out as quickly as possible. Everything's going to be the same as normal. I think I am going to disable international jobs. Maybe in one career we do have the option of taking over an international team, but for me at the moment, I don't know. It just seems annoying. Now, I was contemplating not enabling the first transfer window, but I think you guys really love putting in your transfer suggestions and helping us choose what we're going to do. We will stick with loose because we do have a system already where I try and make transfers as realistic as possible, but sometimes when you stick it on strict, there's a little bit of stupidity, especially when it comes to selling players. So here we go then. We've named our manager Steve Vine. I genuinely don't care about the character creation. Now, the character creation is really good on PC with mods, but we don't really care that much, let's be honest. I really do not care about what the dude looks like. You barely ever see your guy anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now, one thing that is devastating when starting a new career mode is that I have to go through right now and replay all these training drills. FIFA, this is awful. I don't know why it's still in the game. Like, it genuinely infuriates me that you have to do them. Just have it as an option. Just have it as one of those options at the start of the career mode where you can tick it on or tick it off. To be honest with you, the amount of options we have is horrendous, but let's meet the squad before we do anything. Now, we already know it's a pretty decent budget. 59 million. It's going to be one of the smallest budgets we've had to work for in a little while. I feel like apart from the first season of Leicester, but that was like 2 months ago now. So it is a very small budget for us to work on, but we have got a lot of wage budget here, which we definitely don't need all of that. So we will chuck some into the transfer budget. And yeah, we're going to roughly have around about 70 million. I'm excited to see if we do have a superstar in our academy. And of course we do. And he's called Koch. I'm pretty sure that is Koch. Now, I could be saying it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's Koch in like German. So Vincent Koch. I mean, he's 67 rated already. He's got great potential. We're going to instantly promote him to the senior team. Even if we don't use him, we might loan him out. It's a little bit of a shame that he's already 17, but who cares? I'm really excited to have him. And that will probably be it, if I'm being 100% honest, when it comes to the youth academy in this save. Because at the end of the day, I don't expect this save to be super long. The main goal with this one, with RB Leipzig, is to topple Bayern Munich. If we can win a Champions League or a Europa League or any European trophy along the way, that would be great. But the main premise of this is to take over in the Bundesliga and win a Bundesliga title and take over from Bayern Munich. That's the main premise. Once we've done that, that will probably be the season that we end this career mode, because eventually we're going to move on to a road to glory. But that's going to be a difficult task. Bayern Munich on this year's game are absolutely unbelievable. I'm going to try and be out the box and play a different formation. So we probably will kick off with this formation. I don't want to just fall back to like my usual formations, 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. So we will try this maybe for the start. Let's take a look at the team. I'm excited to see what we have in the squad. I already know that RB Leipzig have a pretty decent team. The crazy thing is there's 45 players on this squad as well. Of course, some will be out on loan, but we're going to have to make a lot of sales. One area we're certainly not struggling with at the start is at goalkeeper. We're really cushy there. I really like Angelino as well as a left wing back or left midfielder. Now, in this formation, we do play left midfielder, so maybe Sirachi gets changed to play that position. We've got Samakam, who we know already. Great young player, should improve. Orban, very good player. Gabadol, who I will be saying wrong. So you guys will have to tell me how to say Josko's name because I can't say it. I can't say it. I call him Vadiol. Is that it? I'm just assuming the G is silent. But you guys let me know. I know I'm saying it wrong already. Let me know if I am, but I'm pretty positive I am. But he's been requested so often, so we're going to get to use him in this. The back line already is pretty strong, but if we're playing three at the back, centre-back is initially, to me, sticking out as maybe somewhere we need someone. Klosterman. Big teams might come in for him. Of course, RB Leipzig lost Upamecano to Bayern Munich in the summer, so that is a hole that some of these players have to step up, and hopefully someone like Samakam can do that. And one of the more favoured players that I was excited to use when I found out that you guys chose RB was Mukiele, just because I think he's brilliant. I can't wait to use him. He's quick. I mean, I'm already noticing there's some unbelievable young talent in this RB team. We've got Henriks as well. Who else have we got here? We've got Tyler Adams, who could be really good. He's going to grow really quickly. I will go through and put people on training plans, so don't worry about that. We might get Lookman back as well, and you guys know how much I love Lookman in that Leicester series. Lema as well. Mariba, the youngster for Barcelona, came in the summer, and I don't know if we loan him out for the first season. Don't know how much game time he will get. I cannot get over how young this squad is. Now, we've got a bit of experience there in Kevin Campbell, another young player in the team. Rumored a lot to leave the club, but it's the Bozolai. Again, names may struggle. Danny Olmo as well, unbelievable player. Like, do we need to sign anyone? And Kunku as well? Why have they got so many good cams? Forsberg, like, legitimately, there are so many good cams in this team. There's 4 unbelievably good cams there in this team already. I cannot get over how good this team is to start off with. If there is anywhere we might be a little bit weak, maybe up top. I would love to get Hee-Chan back as well, but we'll see what happens. I'm assuming he's still absolutely rapid. Soloff out on loan. So we do have Silva, who they picked up from Frankfurt. Brian Brobby, but I'm hearing rumors in real life that he's going back on loan to Ajax, but I kind of want to use him. I've been a fan of him for years. I found him when he was 16 on Football Manager, and he was unbelievable for me, so I kind of want to use him. And then Yusuf Poulsen, who, in my opinion, is massively underrated and should definitely at least be an 80 in this game. You need to go through this team instantly, though. Before we bring anyone in, we probably won't sign anyone this first episode. I'll let you guys give your feedback, but we need to move players on, I think, before we bring anyone in. This squad is huge. We've gone through and added people to the list. Now, there was a lot of players here that are too young and probably never make it. Because let's say this last 2 seasons, 3 seasons max, I mean, and they're not great. These guys probably won't make it, but I am going to give them loans and just see what happens with them. Mariba I've put up for loan. Whether we get a loan deal or not, it is what it is, but I put him up for loan. I am definitely getting rid of that release clause. I've just noticed that right now. We're going in and getting rid of Mariba's release clause. I'm not losing him for 11.4 million. Don't know what they paid for him in real life, but I'm not losing him for 11.4 million. We'll go through that and change that. But, you know, there was no one really at this moment until I've used the squad that I'm like, they don't really vibe with me. I want to get rid of them. And when I'm looking at the team at the moment, we are super strong in all positions. I think maybe a centre-back, and that's it. I genuinely don't think this team needs that much of a change in this opening window. Before I forget, I will go in and just get rid of this ridiculous release clause on Mariba. Double check really quick, just if anybody else has any release clauses that are just, I don't know, release clauses that I'm not too particularly happy with. Andre Silva's got 67, so that's double his value. We'll keep it for now. You guys can have feedback if you think we should just get rid of all the release clauses. I will. Brian Brobby, no, thank you, not 12.3. He could have grown enough in 1 season to be worth that release clause, so that's my big worry with that. There might be some players here that I don't mind. We'll keep Nkunku's for now. I think it makes sense if someone comes in for big money. That I want to be forced sometimes into selling players, right? We're RB Leipzig, and teams will cherry pick players from us, not potentially in this first season, but as time goes on, players will be cherry picked from the team. And we're just going to have to put up with that if it happens. Josko's got a release clause as well that I'm just not feeling. That's going to go instantly. Angelino, 70 million. Happy to keep that in there. So that's going to be it for release clauses. I think we're pretty cushy there. We're going to go with this formation to start with. I need to do some training now. We'll see if we get any bids in. And the first game of the season is Mainz. We got Stuttgart there. So we will get into a couple of games as well to kick off this season. We started to get some offers. Danny Olmo, Manchester City. They would be very, very hard to fend off. But I am extremely insulted with the bid that they've come in with. More money, maybe we think about that Danny Olmo bid. There's been a lot of rumors in real life, and I know they're just rumors, that eventually he will move on. Big clubs want him, and he'll be moved. So he is in the equation for being moved. But don't come in with 45 million when my assistant reckons we can get up to 79. don't come in with 45 million. So we're going to say no to that Ajax loan deal for Mariba. And I actually think that's a brilliant move for him. Right, so a couple of transfer offers just come in. Crystal Palace have come in for Hendricks on his release clause. And although I quite like him and he's a little bit versatile, at the end of the day, we don't play right back. We don't play left back. I mean, he can play right mid, but he's not the strongest there. So I'm actually okay with letting him go. If anything, we could maybe do with a right mid and a left mid potentially. Halstenberg as well has had a transfer offer come in for him, but if I'm being 100% honest, he's down the pecking order, and we're planning on bringing in more centre-backs anyway, which is probably the most important position to sign players for at the moment. So Mariba does get his loan out, and we've got some more transfers coming in. Now, Man United in for Andre Silva. We're going to reject it. He's only just signed for the club. Maybe down the line we'd look at that. Conrad Lima as well. I am going to reject that. I mean, it's Wolfsburg, and I think we can afford to reject that. And I want to see how he gets on. I really want to try and use as many players as possible before we let them leave the club. All right, so while I'm going through the monotony that is the training, we have got some more offers. Hendricks has gone now, which is absolutely fine. A bid for Klosterman for Villarreal. I mean, it's nowhere near good enough. I'm looking forward to genuinely getting to use Klosterman. He's been recommended a lot. And our aging backup goalkeeper hopefully will be sold as long as he can agree a contract. Halstenberg transfer has fallen through, though. He couldn't reach an agreement with Porto. Fortunately, the move to gain for the aging goalkeeper is not going to happen. We'll still try and push him out, but I mean, it already feels like he's going to be difficult at negotiating contracts. Sometimes you just get players that you really struggle to move on. There has been a few more transfers before we got up to this game, but to be honest with you, like, none of them I would have ever accepted. None of them were really of good value. One of them was 7 million for Brian Brobby from Bayern Munich. It just wasn't going to happen, and I wanted to get to this first game of the season. I've done my training. All the annoying parts of the start of a new career mode are done, and this is the most important bit. The first game today against Mainz. This is going to be the starting 11. We are training Mukiele to play right midfield because that's the position he's going to play in this career mode. I'm going to go with this team. This is where we find everything out when we start actually playing the games, and I figure out, right, now I want to change this, I want to tweak this. But I am noticing that we have a distinct lack of wingers. So that could be a real problem for me as time goes on, because we really only have Sosbalai and a couple of the other cams that could play right and left mid. And that's it. We genuinely don't have any actual left or right mid. So that's positions we're going to have to work on. This is going to be my first time seeing all the Bundesliga stuff as well. And I know it's going to look super clean. It looks super clean on last year's game as well. We did buy Leverkusen last year. And just overall, I'm excited to see how this team plays. Of course, I want to win first game of the season. Mainz is definitely a team we should be beating. And, you know, the boys have to put in these performances to prove to me that we will use them. If you are new to the channel, we do kind of play players off their performances, not off their overall. But we will initially just go with what was set up to begin with and see how we get on with how it's been set up. And hopefully, we can make something work. I'm absolutely over the moon at trying a new formation. Andre Silva there in. We're going to get the ball back. Nkunku. Lima here early doors. I thought I could curl it. I mean, this is a nice bright start. Lima again with the shot. Ooh, that was going top bins. That was an unreal save from the goalkeeper. I like the pressure here early doors. Can we keep it up? I can't really tell how we're going to do. Auburn now with the shot testing the goalkeeper. The centre-back getting involved in it. Do have some height in this team, so could be dangerous from corners. I'm already enjoying it, though. And I knew I would do. This was by far the most comfortable side we were... Well, we had to choose from Campbell now, and there we go. We do find the back of the net with a long shot. And it's only taken 11 minutes for us to score our first Leipzig goal. It'll be Kevin Campbell who scores it. I just knew there was a lot of space when the ball was being worked outside. I knew we were going to fire that off. Number 16 needs to take a look in the mirror. He kind of moves away. Like, what is that block? He moves away. 1-0 Leipzig, though. The first of many, hopefully. Number 44, Campbell. All the players have quite strange numbers, if I'm being honest. I'm kind of just working on who is going to be the hero of this save. We find heroes and superstars in every save we've done so far. Who will be the hero and star of this RB Leipzig team? Now, there is no predictions in FIFA, but I don't imagine Mainz are predicted to finish too high. So I don't want to get too excited if we have a really good game today. I'll go out wide there to Forsberg. I could do with another runner inside. Forsberg, though, he's going to have his man here. Oh, back inside. Silva. Lovely. This is nice. We are 2-0 up now against Mainz. And extremely comfortable. You guys might have legitimately given me a goated team to start with here. You might have given me a goated team to start with here. This might be a relatively comfortable save. We'll see. Andre Silva there drilling that fire right down into the bottom corner. Well, it's been a very comfortable first 17 minutes. The defending has been comfortable. The formation feels good as they've given the ball away again there. And I feel like this is about to ascend into absolute madness as Andre Silva puts that just past the post. I was excited to get to use him. I was potentially, if we got Frankfurt, going to bring him back at some point. But that is inches past the post. And Mainz are scrambling at the moment. Well, this is a rare attack here for Mainz. Big question is what can they do with it? One goal puts them right back in the game. Oh, he's put it past the post. Well, that's their first attack and the first attack that we faced. And I feel like we didn't deal with it all too well, but I mean, we didn't concede. Now, in real life, Leipzig got off to a pretty rough start in their season. That's quite easily the best things could have gone from a first half of football in new management. I am extremely happy with that. I'm happy with the team. The only thing I'm worried about is maybe not having, you know, fullbacks. That could cause us a problem in behind, but we dominated that, and I felt comfortable the entire time. I'd like to get a third goal, though. I do feel like, at the moment, we are just leaving the door a little bit open for them to potentially get back into it, because one goal can swing the momentum on FIFA. And if they are to get that goal, we could be in trouble, but they might be in trouble now. Angelino's going to be found. Can he knock it on? He can. That's beautiful. Andre Silva waits and he waits, and that's a terrible ball to Nkunku. Awful pass. Mukiele back across. We'll whip it in. It wasn't the right pass in. Andre Silva might win the football back. He does win it back. Forsberg now from distance. Oh, that would have been such a good goal. Well, obviously, I want to try players out, so we're going to bring on Poulsen. We're also going to bring on Szoboszlai as well. Give him an opportunity. And so far, the players that we're bringing off have had great games. Poulsen's actually maybe going to get onto that header instantly. They've had great games, so it's not as if I'm bringing players off because I'm not impressed with how they've played. In fact, I'm ultimately over the moon with how they've played. Auburn again. Oh, they give us so much space in that position. They just stand off me. Well, they're being sprung forward now a little bit. Weidmar, or Vidmar, I guess that would be. Pronouncing some of the names here is definitely going to be my downfall. If you are new to the channel, I can't pronounce names. It will never change. It's just who I am. I am terrible at pronouncing names. I try. That is the one thing I can guarantee you. There is an effort to correct myself. But if you are a returning viewer, you already knew the expectations on this video of name pronunciation. In fact, in the future, you might choose particular teams just to see how I pronounce the names. Szoboszlai nearly makes it 3-0. He got just the faintest of touches, and it wasn't enough. Well, Mainz are going to make a substitution. That isn't a surprise. Things aren't going too well for Mainz. We're going to make a substitution as well. I'm going to bring on Tyler Adams. I'm excited to use him in this. I'm really excited to use him in this. I think he'll grow really well. And let's get him on the pitch and see what he can do for the final moments of this game. There's still a little bit of time left, but let's be honest. This game's been done for a while now. I'm just shocked we haven't scored another. Mukiele! What a save. We must have had about 90 shots in this match. Like, no word of a lie. Poulsen is in there. Gonna land to Szoboszlai. If he can control it, it will. Mukiele. And now it's just about opening up some space, which they seem to be giving me a lot of. And that's a good ball to Campbell. Oh, it's off the post. And straight into the goalkeeper's arms. Well, if the rest of the teams in the league are going to perform like this Mainz side have, we're in for an easy ride. Nkunku gets his first goal under Yorkiemann. Feel for the Mainz goalkeeper in this one a little bit. He's played really well today, Annie, but I mean, you can't keep gifting me chance after chance, Mainz. You really can. Nkunku might have Yusuf Poulsen. He does have Yusuf Poulsen. This might be a beautiful welcome to Germany for Yorkiemann. Never in doubt today. Comfortable from the word go. And this team feels like a really enjoyable side to play with. He comes off the bench. Both strikers are scoring today as well. So it does leave me with that question. But what a goal from Poulsen. Well, mine just weren't good enough today. And I'm super excited after getting to use this RB Leipzig team for the first time. They played unbelievably well. I think we might be in for a very good season. Of course, it'll be tested when we play against better opposition. But, I mean, considering that game, we had 17 shots. And bearing in mind, these sliders I am struggling with when I play as Newcastle in the Premier League. I don't know if it's the quality of competition we might play against in the Bundesliga, but I mean, that felt relatively comfortable. We are arguably one of the top 3 teams in the league, though. And it's rare I take over someone who is that good in comparison to the league they're in. I never actually looked at the board expectations and objective, and luckily for us, the brand exposure isn't critical, so we will ignore that completely, and we'll focus on domestic success. They want us to reach the semi-final of the Pokal. I'd like to win it, if we're being honest. Bundesliga, finishing the Champions League. And I think they're all massively achievable this season. Reached the quarterfinal of the Champions League. I don't think the group has been drawn yet. The group has been drawn, and we've got Bruges, PSG, and Man City. So we might not do that. That might not be achievable. We are going to be tested massively in the Champions League. Well, Porto must have watched that recent performance from Poulsen, because we've got a transfer bid for him, and I'm going to reject it. I actually really want to use him as much as possible and see what we can get out of him. His ability to hit the football is extremely good, as you saw with the goal he just scored. So the plan, of course, is to move Mukiele to right mid. That's always been the intention, because we don't play right back. It's going to take a ridiculous amount of time. So, I mean, we're going to go for it. He can play there. We'll just play him there for the time being. But 197 weeks, so it is definitely going to take a while. So before we can get into the Stuttgart game, there's a few more bids here. We've got Samakam, 2-year loan. No, I think he's going to play a lot for us this season. Mukiele in a swap deal with Danilo, which, I mean, is just... It's a horrible swap deal. We get 2.2 million. They get Mukiele, who is definitely an upgrade on Danilo. And we get 30-year-old Danilo. So, I mean, that's the big tripping point in that, is we get Danilo like that. No chance there, Juve. No chance. Very cheeky of them. Very, very cheeky. I haven't set up a second team just yet. I'll probably do that in between episodes, but I wanted to get this recorded today and done and dusted. So next time we do an episode, we'll have a few formations set up. Maybe formations that we'll use as well, actually, in games being played. Stuttgart are mirroring our formation for this game. It'll be interesting to see how they get on. Again, I'm going to go with the same back line. I want to go with similar players at the start of this season, and then we'll start mixing in other players as time goes on, especially with the mountain of games that we have coming up. I do feel like Dani Olmo should be playing, but I was very impressed with Forsberg in that last game. Here we go then, game day number 2, and our first home game of this series in the Red Bull Arena, brackets Leipzig. I like this stadium. I think it's a super nice stadium, so I'm excited that we get to play our games here. I'm excited to see what Stuttgart have to offer. They've got some decent players. This should not be easy, but you never know. Considering that first performance we got out of the lads, we'll have to see if Stuttgart come firing out the traps. Control like that will not help them, though. This is good play, Forsberg. Campbell now. We're going to whip that one over to Angelino. And already I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Silva's rattled the crossbar in the opening minutes. We just come out of the trap so quick in these games. That is a banging ball from Angelino, but more credit the neck strength of Silva. How he managed to get the power that he just got on that is ridiculous. Well, apart from that opening moment for Silva, this has been a very different start to this match. So my easy times here in Germany may not be, well, easy. But so far, I still feel like we're the better side. That's a good ball, Forsberg! I might have spoken too soon. Forsberg makes it 1-0 Leipzig. That was a really well taken goal. I said at the start, I was like, he's got to play. Like, I was really impressed with him in that first game. It's weird because the cam position, we are so strong. But that rotation is going to come. It's going to happen. When we get into Europe, the rotation of the cams is going to happen anyway, so we don't really need to stress it too much. Here comes Stuttgart again, who actually have looked pretty decent coming forward, but maybe overpassed the football. Let's see if they do it again. I would say every time they've come forward so far, they've overpassed it. That is a great save. Lasky's first save, first major save that we've needed from him. Wasn't really tested in that Mainz game, was he? Oh, he's going to be called into action again. I don't think that was as difficult as he made it out to be, but regardless, he collects the football, and we are away. And we're going to stay being away here, aren't we? That is a lovely ball over the top. Nkunku now will pull that one back. It's a good play from him. A good touch. We've still got it. Campbell now. He loves the banger, doesn't he? Campbell. And eventually they're going to win the football back. It just kind of petered out. Everyone got forward a little bit too quick. Go on then, Andre Silva. Takes it. Shoots it. Oh, what a save. And I thought that was going to bounce over. He got up so quick there, the goalkeeper. That'll be half-time, and luckily as the game went on, we took over because there was a brief patch in that first half where I thought Stuttgart might actually take the lead. Andre Silva now. He looks dangerous every time he comes forward, and that's obviously a bad foul. Oh, you've got a red. I didn't think it was going to be a red. Tome has been sent off, and he is a very good player for Stuttgart, and he's got himself sent off here. I'm not sure that was a red, but we'll take it. He does go through the back of him, and that does prompt them into making a substitution. We'll see if they can stay, well, as tight as possible. I feel like I've got an option here to go for, and I'm going to go for it. Mukiele! Well blocked by Kemp. But we'll see if they can mount anything. But Mangala playing passes like that won't help him. Andre Silva, though, took a heavy touch. Mangala is actually someone I wouldn't mind signing in this save because, well, in any save, I like the look of him. Here comes Stuttgart. This could be an opportunity here for them. And well blocked by Samaka. We got the bodies back we needed there. Andre Silva is surely going to be played in here. And this is a great opportunity. Andre Silva, stay strong, Silva. There we go. We do have the 2-goal cushion that we desired. We might make some subs now. That's 2 games, 2 goals for Andre Silva as well. Already proving like someone we can rely on going forward. So we're going to go with a double sub. We're going to bring on Haidara and Elmo because I didn't get to get a look at them in the last game. And I want to get a look at them in this one. And it's a little bit of a false reading because they're going up against 10 men in a game that we're dominating. But I still want to see what they're about. Now, I already know that Danny Olmo's probably going to be unbelievably good. Let's be honest. I'm not silly with that. But Haidara's got a good engine on him. We play Wolfsburg next. That will be a real test for us. You know, we've had a good start to the season here, but Wolfsburg will be a very good test for us to be taking on at this stage. That is a nice ball. Oh my God, Angelino. Oh my God, Angelino. That is one of the better crosses I've played. That is one of the better crosses I've just ever played. Now, I know that they're out of position. They're missing a player, but that was nice. That was nice. And Andre Silva's finish was great as well, by the way. That man's got some heading strength. The neck muscles he must possess. But that's a great ball in and a lovely finish. Well, the scoreline suggests it's been really comfortable, but it hasn't. Until the red card, this was not comfortable at all. And it is definitely going to make it look like we've had a really easy start to the season. But, I mean, what would have been expected? I imagine Leipzig, although they did have a bad start, didn't they? Would have expected that we're going to beat these kind of teams this season. If we are to be at least title challengers, you know, we should be title challengers in season number 1. And that's what we're going to aim to be. And Silva there has been tackled. And they want to be careful. The discipline of Stuttgart here is all over the shop. And luckily, he's not even getting a card for that. Andre Silva's start to the season has been unreal. But he gives us a chance to see Brobby and see what he's all about. We've seen Poulsen. We know we can rely on him. We know he's going to be good in front of goal. Let's hopefully get to see what Brobby's going to be about. They've only just brought on Silas, which is really weird. Angelino's ball in this time wasn't as good. Which is weird because he would have caused me issues because he's so quick and athletic. Well in Danny Olmo. Angelino again now. That's a great ball in. And Gonku nearly getting the header over the goalkeeper. But at the end of the day, he was offside. Danny Olmo already, I'm noticing his footwork is absolutely out of this world. Brian Brobby does not have that much shot power. I just weren't confident that he had the speed either. Brian's probably one of those players that in 2 seasons will be unbelievable if we play him a bit and train him to get him better at like his speed. Because physically already, he's got the ability to hold up the football. And he's really good, but his speed and his shooting needs to be improved. And like I say, over a couple of years, that would have been fine. So maybe someone for another save that we get full use out of. But we're at least going to enjoy using him on a substitutes basis in this career mode. But maybe we'll go out on loan next season in favour of somebody else. Who knows? So that will be the final whistle and a 3-0 victory for Leipzig. And again, it didn't feel as comfortable as the scoreline suggests. But what a start to the season we're having. The red card really changed the game, if we're being 100% honest. The red card really did change the game. A little bit unfortunate, but he did go right through the back of him. So, I mean, you look at Stuttgart's stats there. 106 passes. They dominated possession. 5 shots. They just couldn't really find the killer blow. There we go, guys. Episode number 1 of the new career mode is done and dusted. Right here, right now, I just want to say a massive thank you for the support on the channel so far, and I hope we continue to smash it. Once again, if you are new around here and you haven't already slapped that subscribe button with your back hand, do it right now. As well as hitting the like button if you enjoyed the video, and the likes really do help me know that the series is liked. It also helps the videos do better. Leave comments and feedback on the series, on things we can do, on players we can sign, and all that good stuff. Appreciate each and every one of you. Take it easy, and I'll see you for episode number 2.